Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to the Marine Plant-Based Podcast. And today I'd love to introduce two wonderful new Marine Plant-Based team. So please, could you introduce a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. So we're the Seaweed People, and it's two of us that are part of the company, and we're based in Dorset in the UK. And essentially, our small business is about utilizing seaweed for skincare, for a creative use, for artwork, and for food. So it's about we wild harvest seaweed, so we don't farm it, and we have to be very sustainable in our practices and how much we take, so it can carry on coming back, and we can run our business at the same time. And yeah, essentially we've been going for about 2 years, up to 2 years, and we've learned a lot about seaweed, and not a huge amount of people know so much about seaweed. So.
Yeah, we're still learning. I mean, even if we do it every single day, we're still learning because it's just so much to learn. Yeah, but yeah, I think we approached seaweed from like different perspectives, because we're both gardeners and we were just bringing the seaweed on the soil just to fertilize our plants. And Freddie, he would just find those beautiful red algae or green algae in those piles of rotting stuff, and just thinking, wow, that's beautiful. And then I was always interested in like medicinal plants and herbs and doing my own tinctures because I'm a landscape architect. And well, my interest in seaweed started when I started to suffer from like a really bad acne. Just like I started to have in my late 20s, like horrible breakouts, like those hormonal ones on my face, and I couldn't do anything about it. So I just tried loads of different types of, supplements and skincare and everything. But then I read about seaweed, and I was just like, no, I could just go down there and try it in the raw form. So I just put that gelatinous thing on the spots, and the redness just went, and I was just like, bloody hell. I mean, could I just extract it somehow without like any chemicals, because we are all in natural and sustainable. And yeah, so that's how I developed my first infusion, and it miraculously worked for me. So we just thought, wow, it would be nice to just connect these two passions, the artwork and the skincare, and try to make a business around seaweed as the thing.
I know that the seaweed is good for skin, but I haven't met any single people who are putting the real material on the skin. Actually, I'm gonna a little bit worried about, you don't have any allergy reaction? It's just gone?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, the redness, I mean, just basically, when you have some sort of inflammation or irritation on your skin, I just took that jelly, which is being created on the layer on the surface of the seaweed, and I just put it on.
Yeah, it's like aloe vera.
Yeah,
it has the same qualities.
Yeah. By the way, you know what? I wanted to ask, why do you guys name Seaweed People? That is how it really is. I love the name. How do you come up with that idea?
Yeah, it took a few.
Because a lot of people say that like kelp something, little bit trying to make it a little fancy name, but you decided to put like your Seaweed People was too direct, and I love it.
Yeah, you know what? It just happened because we had a few other names for a year and a half, and throughout the whole period of we had one name and another name, everyone kept calling us the Seaweed People, because it was just easy thing to call us, and it's like, oh, have you seen the Seaweed People, and da da da, and we were like, oh, that's quite a fun nickname. And then it took about 2 years to realize that actually that was quite a good name, and we just kind of owned our nickname. And yes. Yeah, it's good.
Oh my God, that is I envy you. I should take that name, because like a lot of people call me that in the same way. Hey, Alisa, and then they don't remember my name. They said, oh, the Seaweed Queen, or Seaweed, Seaweed People, or the Seaweed Startup. But oh shit, I should do that. I envy you now.
There's that side, and then also we wanted to create some sort of hub of people connected with seaweed.
Yeah.
That we, much like what you're trying to do, we want to be sharing, and we want it to be kind of horizontal rather than vertical. We want people to work together in that way.
Ah, lovely, lovely. I love that. So sorry to jump back to your product. So you said that you have your skincare and you have your artwork. Could you please tell me more about it? So what kind of skincare product do you do?
Yeah, so we currently have face oils, body oils, face masks, and body scrubs. And we're going to be developing more products, but they are not water-based, are oil-based, and it's basically like a simple infusion. So we don't put any preservatives or any emulsifiers, anything like that. It's basically just a seaweed infusion. And some of our oils are scented. We've got rosemary and neroli scented. Scented oils, but for people who have really sensitive skin or any allergies, we've got just the simple, we call it original unscented oil. And also that was the idea, because when I was, it just all comes from my experience when I was trying loads of different products. People usually have that feeling that they have to sort of like dry or get rid of the oil from their face. That's not true. You want to use like a good oil, or basically good skincare, which supports the natural microbiome basically, and doesn't strip your skin of all the good stuff. So that's why it's all oil-based. Plus the oil we use is jojoba oil, organic jojoba oil, and it's got a very similar chemical structure like our own skin. Actually, the oil that our skin produces is called sebum. So yeah, that's why. And yeah, face mask, it's a mixture of green clay and grounded kelp and some rosemary, and body scrub, again, English sea salt, sugar, and kelp, and some essential oils.
I can't wait to try them. Where do you sell right now?
We sell online, and there are a few shops around where we live where we stock as well.
Congratulations. What's your headache? Because like a lot of people starting the businesses, there's always a lot of toughness or headache. What was your difficulties?
Yeah, we balance our company alongside another job that we have as well.
So this is not your full time? You have your another full time, okay.
Yeah, so this is one of our businesses, and then Lena is a landscape architect, and I'm a graphic designer. So those two support the business.
Well, yeah. So, but you wanted to do a full time in your business, no? Or is that your plan?
Yeah. In the future, that is the plan. That's what we'd be building up to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we basically funding our company ourselves at the moment. We didn't apply for any grants or anything, which we thought we will, but it was quite difficult, so we just decided, what.
Especially these days, is a winter economy, is like a winter situation, and then everybody's like, how to say, their pocket money is like, tightening up, and it's quite difficult to get the fundraising. I hear you. Yeah. I had a same situation when I started my business. So I have actually one funny story. When I moved to the state from Japan, I didn't have any connection in any families or any single people here. I just grabbed $20,000. That's my only money I had. But one day, so I spent a lot of money for the kitchen, but and there were only $1,500 left in my bank. But I need to pay $2,000 for the kitchen fee for the next day. Of course, the $500 is short. What I did is I, cry to the investor, and I do a final pitch. And then next day, she sent me $50,000. So she saved my business. So what I wanted to say is, just like, if you work hard, study hard, and then believe in your business, somebody is like, watching you. So I hope, my story is just a small thing, but I hope you have you can find a good connection, a good supporter. And I'm always happy to support you too. So let me know if you need more help, okay?
Oh, thank you.
That's really kind. Thank you.
for the future, let's talk about more, beautiful future, not just talking about headaches. So for the future, what's your plan? So you already have a skincare product. So what do you want to do in the future? What's your, plan? What's your, beautiful future?
Yeah, well, we're taking every day as it comes as a small business because there's so much to do. But essentially, we're aiming to scale up to a point where we don't have to rely on our own harvesting of the natural wild seaweeds. So whether that's getting in contact with people in the farming process or becoming part of the farming process ourselves, it's that's the grand plan is the amount of seaweed that we're going to be using.
Yeah, because at the moment we've got actually 3 branches. We've got the skincare, we've got the artwork, which is beautifully pressed seaweed, and Freddie's graphics as well, made of seaweed, just showing people that this is what is.
Where do you showcase your artwork? I actually wanted to see it. What's your is there any Instagram or anything that I can see now?
Yeah. It's all on Instagram and our website, theseaweedpeople.co.uk. And that's mainly where you'll be able to see it. I think Instagram is where you'll see the most recent pieces.
Okay. Wow. Oh my God. What?
Yeah, so the artwork is a very visual. Yeah. I know you just don't expect all of those types of seaweed to be coming up on the beach.
How do you make this? So you dry it and press it?
Yeah, exactly. It's a really simple process, really. It's very similar to flower pressing, but for the first 3 days while you're pressing the seaweeds, you just draw the water from the seaweed and keep changing, newspaper and tissue paper until it's dry and it's pressed. And the amazing thing is that the artwork smells of seaweed. I haven't come across so much artwork that smells of seaweed, and it fades over time. But yeah, it's one of those things.
My God.
Is that nice, pleasant smell, not that rotting
one? Not the rotting smell.
No, okay. All right, then I'm like, a lot of people call me as a seaweed queen, so I need to, put something here.
Well, exactly.
Okay. Interesting. So if the color is going to continue like this brightness, or is it going to be a little bit darker?
Yeah, it will. So all the colors change in specific ways when sunlight hits it. So the green colors, they fade quicker, but the pinks and the reds, they'll keep their color for years. We met a lady who had pressed some seaweed like 40 years ago at a market, and she came up and showed us, and the colors were still there on the
pink
seaweeds. It was amazing.
Wow. Why don't you put in the resin?
Yeah, well, that's another form. I guess, I started doing this form of artwork and I found it quite therapeutic mentally because it draws all of your focus. And I haven't really wanted to go any further with producing different types of artwork.
But definitely, if you like do resin, I guess the color can be continue longer than doing on as a beautiful artwork. Oh my God, I definitely need to buy this. Do you ship internationally?
Yeah, we do.
Okay. Yeah, we've got actually one customer in, where is it? Arizona.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Loads of skincare.
Yeah, so she didn't have to pay for a postage.
I'm gonna be the next customer then. So again, let's like go back to your future. So you have your skincare artwork. So what's your plan? How do you want it to expand your business?
Yeah, and we've got also a third branch which is food related. So we've got seaweed snacks and seasoning, and that's why Freddie said that we would like to find some ways how to either forage or harvest it sustainably, because it could be a problem in the future, or farm seaweed with some other benefits like ecological benefits.
Yeah, I think the plan for the next few years especially is to get to know people in the area who we could form some sort of collective with and act on our name and be the Seaweed People and look at the options for our company, because at the moment we're a small business, we're quite artisanal, we do seasonal skincare and food, and that's sort of how we want to keep it for the time being. So it's a really exciting point where in the next few years we're going to talk to people, get to know people in our area, and essentially see which direction we could scale up, rather than having visions of becoming, you know, a huge seaweed farm or an institution.
A huge seaweed farm is probably not the thing that we aim for.
No.
Well, I think we just want to show people how beneficial or how like healing seaweed can be, because it comes from our own experience, and it would be just great to share it with as many people as we can, because we do some like a smaller markets at the moment, and it's great to talk to people and just, you know, share our story, and just, you know, because sometimes people just come and ask, well, I've got this and that skin issue, do you think that it would help me? And I was just like, you know what, we've got like loads of customers and it helped them. What about if you try it and you will let us know?
Yeah.
And actually, we had some customers who had like rosacea or psoriasis or like bad eczemas, and it helped them. And I really blame the seaweed. I think it's an extremely soothing ingredient.
Okay, so I love that, you know, how you care about the environment, because it's pros and cons, like, because it's, you know, we as a seaweed industry, we need to like make the industry bigger, because otherwise we cannot be a full-time business, or we cannot, you know, grow our business. But the cons is, of course, if they're too much bigger market, that means we're gonna destroy the seaweed. I love how you know, always think about the balance from the really beginning. What I wanted to do is I wanted to make fermentation on the island, not just in the ocean. I think that once when we get those kind of a biotechnology, it's gonna be another solution. That's why we're existing. So we're the company that we're still using a lot of seaweed from the nature from the ocean, but on the same time, as a startup, what we do is we are trying to invest our money to how can we grow our seaweed on the land that we do right now. So, but it takes too much time. It's like I already invested this area for 4 years, but like still is like a lot of, you know, difficulty. We don't know when the final result can become, but hopefully this kind of activity can help everybody, and I hope it's gonna be a solution to the future. But meanwhile, what as a company CEO, what I'm doing is, first of all, we need to scale this, you know, business, because otherwise, even if we talk about the benefit of the, you know, the seaweed, but people don't buy or people don't, you know, use, it's not going to be sustained as a startup. That's why we're focused on more like a finished product these days. But on the same time, again, as you mentioned, to think about the true sustainable, like we definitely need to protect the seaweed. That's why as a company, we're also like investing in that area. So yes, let's cross our finger.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, so I was just going to say it's like a volatile time for farming and knowing how to carry the industry forward, but it's a really important time, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. There's so many, you know, like mysteries still in here, because like, you know, it like a lot of like science is like pretty difficult to understand, especially the, you know, the seaweed is, how to say, they have a super unique, you know, growing process. They suddenly grow into the big amount, and they but still people don't know what's going on. We just know that it grow like 11 inch a day or 30 inch a day. It's just incredible, but we don't know when or how and what's happening. What's the reason? So that's a problem right now. Even if we have a lot of like seaweed babies and put it on the put it on the net, but we don't know when it's gonna be really growing. So I'm just hoping that the seaweed, I can like, and one of my dreams is I wanted to communicate that. I wanted to, excuse me, like, why do you grow that first? Like, is there anything that I can help you? Sorry, I'm like, we only have like 1 or 2 minutes for for this show. So for the last thing, I would love to get some comments from your side. What do you wanted to say to the listener or the reader of the Marine Planet Base?
I guess go and check out the Seaweed People and see what we're doing, and yeah, have a open mind about seaweed. I think it's going to become a huge thing, and it already is.
It's already becoming.
Yeah, it's already becoming, and there are so many small differences of the flavors and the uses, and don't be afraid to pick up a recipe book or look online about how to use seaweed, because there are so many ways to do it.
Yeah, I think seaweed is very, very humble and giving, but we also, as you said, we have to protect it, and we have to make sure that we still leave as much as to keep the ecosystem safe and sane.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So please check the Seaweed People website. We're gonna put every information on the description and also the website. Thank you all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.